You think Antifa worldwide sleeper cells have been activated because you put out this one tweet that got 30k views? Like, I struggle to figure out whether this is a grift or genuine mental illness. I'm doing whatever the hell I want, Thailand style.
So even if it's a little bit gray area, right? If it's legal, it's okay, right? Just make it legal, right? If it's legal, it's okay. It's okay, right? But just legal.
Just totally invented stories of him getting fucking stalked at the grocery store. Oh my god. Alright, Legal Mindset has put out this totally insane video called Free Kaya, Punish Hasan. And you might think the craziest part about this video would just be the fact that he's like trying to start some campaign to get a hold of Hasan's dog. To get a hold of Hasan's dog and dish out legal consequence on Hasan, which is like totally insane on the face of it, because obviously none of that's going to happen. But no, the video is not even about that. The video is not even about that. The video is actually about the incoming Antifa threat on Legal Mindset's life. So we're going to take a look at this and see, you know, what's happening to Legal Mindset. What's got him so scared?
Today, we're going to talk about placing a shock collar on Hasan as a form of punishment in the U.S. We're going to talk about shock collars in the U.S. This is a crazy topic. It's a topic that may get me in massive trouble. And actually, I have been away the last couple of days because I believe it may actually have already started some trouble for me based on my recent tweets that I've been putting out on the shock collar incident. I've been very, very vocal about this.
So immediately, the tweets you put out on the shock collar incident is like, oh, this is the collar I think it is. Here's the California animal abuse statute. As if Hasan's going to get charged with animal abuse. So I don't know why he thinks, like, Antifa, there's no radical group that is wasting their fucking time going after people who post the California animal abuse statute and imply Hasan could go to prison for it. There's not a radical group on earth that is wasting their time with a tweet like that. It's like totally bizarre. It's a bizarre, even like mindset to present. The idea that he thinks that could be the case.
This on my social media about placing a shock collar on Hasan, that I think this is an appropriate punishment for him. And I think as a result, Antifa is already looking into me and sending their thugs, sending people after me. So we'll talk about that today on this. It's a crazy topic. It's something I'm going to get a little bit emotional and personal about, but mostly because the last couple of days have been really difficult for me, being by myself out here and dealing with some crazy stuff, possible Antifa stalkers, woke white women stalkers. This is something we're going to get into with collaring Hasan. Of course, I've got a pee-pee. For new viewers, that means a PowerPoint. Nothing bad, nothing dirty. It means a PowerPoint. So we're going to talk about that today on the Legal Mindset. Once again, this is a fast facts video, so the quick and dirty version of the latest legal news. I'll have a live where we go more in depth. I'm going to play.
So that's the other thing. Is this the fast facts? Now I've watched some Legal Mindset fast facts videos before. They're usually about 5 minutes long, maybe 10 minutes at a push. This is 26 minutes long, and I honestly don't know if there's a single like legal fact stated in this. I guess slavery is still legal. He gets onto that at one point. Because part of this video is also about Asmongold's recent take. Where Asmongold basically said that if you're charged with a crime at a protest, you should have your right to vote stripped and be forced into slavery. As in, like, into perpetuity, as in, like, you should never be able to vote again. Even if it's not a felony, just committing a crime at a protest means you lose your right to vote and are forced into slavery. That's Asmongold's position. So Legal Mindset, being like a complete, like, cocksucking moron, has just joined Mythic Talent, which is a talent agency owned in part by Asmongold, I believe. Now, Legal Mindset being a complete cocksucking idiot, moron, just worthless piece of shit. Thank you, Don't Call Friends for the membership. Thank you. Huge appreciate it. Has immediately started just throating everything Asmongold says to get a quick career boost. He knows that if he just throats everything Asmongold says, toes the Asmongold line, he will get shown on Asmongold's stream. And that's happened many times before. The Legal Mindset has said so much stupid shit that is like obviously stupid to anyone. Even layman with no legal knowledge could tell that the shit he says is stupid as fuck. But they've propped him up because he suits the narratives. And don't let people forget that they've been part of that. Because everyone has known, everyone paying attention has known that Legal Mindset sucked since at least his Destiny coverage. When he was saying that laws around visual depictions could apply to audio recordings, which was just like obviously untrue if you looked at the wording of the law. So everyone has known that since at least that point. Yeah. When he was doing his Ethan Klein lawsuit coverage and he got challenged by Pisco, you saw Ethan Klein using Legal Mindset as like a mouthpiece, showing him on his Instagram stories, being like, oh, this is a real lawyer. This is what a real lawyer says about this. You saw people like Nick DiOrio avoid looking at his coverage, avoid looking at what Ethan was saying about him because he didn't want to raise his voice, didn't want to raise his hand to massa Ethan. You saw people like Dan Saltman basically co-signing him. And yeah, now Asmongold, Tectone, all these guys have totally co-signed him. So as this guy moves from community to community and grifts from place to place, don't let people who have, you know, propped him up pretend that they, oh, I just didn't know, or anything like that, because they know. They know.
The video of Hasan shocking Kayla, and also some new video that Tectone threw out about that. Shout out to Tectone. So he's a real homie. So we'll go for that on the live.
There it is immediately. Tectone's a real homie.
Let's talk about, first of all, Antifa, why this is a dangerous topic. So, and this is something, once again, it is super dangerous. I've been nervous to talk about this, really nervous to talk about this, because a lot of people are going to be pissed off with me, like really pissed off, and perhaps enough to kill me, because this is something that is really controversial, that a lot of people out there, especially in the US, especially right now, post-Charlie Kirk, because remember, we live in a post-Charlie Kirk era where people are being assassinated, and that's probably going to get me demonetized. People are being assassinated in the US. People are coming to shoot up churches, are coming to kill Christians, are coming to kill moderates, and nobody is more moderate and based and stuck in the law and the facts and truth and justice than me, but I will not be silenced, right? I am going to speak up on truth and justice and freedom the way it is. I don't care if people threaten me with my life. I will give my life for freedom and truth and the law. That's what I stand for. That's what I've always stood for. And I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to die for that. If I become the Charlie Kirk in Thailand, you know, for the fact that I talked about, you know, a shock collar as a punishment, that's fine. I'm willing to take that, and that could happen, and you know, that's fine. I'm okay with that. I've kind of come to peace with that. Or because I'm a Christian, right? I'm killed because I'm a Christian. That would be okay. I'm okay with that. I have faith in God, you know, which is something I haven't talked about on the channel, but you know, just throw that out there. Once again, I'm not the perfect.
So claiming he's got faith in God when he did like a whole fucking Passport Bro channel, he talks about fucking ladyboys and shit. Oh, where's that ladyboy? Where's his ladyboy clip? I've got it here somewhere. Here it is. But he's a God-fearing guy, really, you know.
Right, which I can understand, having been in the Philippines, because I can say this, and this is all due respect. This is nothing about ladyboy or not ladyboy. It's just the Philippines versus Thailand. Thailand has a more of a sabai, a cool attitude. You know, Philippines is way more aggressive.
Well, I don't know, man.
No. The Filipino ladyboys, I can tell you this, in Manila.
Right.
And
you're an expert.
I can see how that was imported here, are far more aggressive than the Thai ladyboys. And
until they're not, until it changes, until the Thais.
We'll have experience with them, I guess.
Yeah, but that's a different.
Yeah, true.
You know,
very true.
like off rip.
Well, because next thing you know, it's the gangs in New York on Soy 11 featuring all the ladyboys.
Yes, which was international news. Everyone asked. Right, which I can understand.
So. Just totally crazy to pretend you're like some fucking Christian dude now.
For Christian, I'm not a perfect person. I made a lot of mistakes. I am very non-traditional, you know, and I don't line up with all the beliefs of the church necessarily, you know, and that's kind of something that's naturally coming out as part of this conversation. But people are going to call me racist. They're going to call me bigoted. They're going to call me cruel towards prisoners. That is absolutely opposite of the.
Well, I mean, you can't know that he's a sex tourist, but he said he's a passport bro by his own definition, right? We went over it. He is a passport bro by his own definition.
Case. I love everybody. I'm super cool with everybody. I've traveled the world. I'm cool with everybody from every country. I love traveling. I love going around the world. I love meeting new people. I love just having random conversations with people about stuff. That's just who I am. That's just the type of person that I am. But I'm going to stick up for truth and justice. And when people need to be punished, I am going to punish them, or not myself, right? But I'm going to help through the law find a way to punish people. That's my gift. My gift is the law, speech.
So
right?
this guy claimed that Hasan defamed him. Okay. So if this guy, if his goal in life is to make sure that people face truth and justice through the legal system, why is he not suing him? Why is he not suing Hasan?
It's my superpower, if you will, right? So
why is he not doing like pro bono work for that guy that Hasan quote unquote doxed? You know, the guy that he doxed. the guy that said Shmang Hasan in his chat. Why is he not doing like free work for that guy?
That's the thing I'm going to focus on here is the law. Now, you're going to get in your feelings. A lot of people, Antifa, other people watching this are going to hate watch this, and they're going to get in their feelings. They're going to be mad about this, but listen to the end because it actually is way more humane and way more thoughtful than people are going to think about with the memes and the shorts and the reels. Maybe you're going to watch a reel of this or a TikTok of this. By the way, I'm going to have a new TikTok up. I got my Instagram rolling, so make sure you're following my Instagram and my TikTok because those are going to get popping pretty soon. I got an awesome team here. They're actually local to Bangkok. They're really cool people. Shout out to Queen and her people in Shay. They're doing a great job on my stuff here and doing that. So really good content there. But people are going to still hate it. People are going to hate it. So the Kanye West of the world, the Candace Owens are going to be super, super mad because they're going to say it's racist, blah, blah, blah. Once again, I would ask them to look at the actual prison statistics in the U.S., right, and before they open their mouth or talk, and also listen to the full argument. But the most mad, the people who are really going to be pissed off about this, and this is the people that I believe may be stalking me because I've already caught stalkers here before. I believe Johnny Somali's crew, they were stalking me over at Bonpo, I believe, like just kick streamers watching me. But these people, the Hasan orbiters, the CCP, because we all know Hasan's supported by the CCP. I mean, that Labubu love doesn't come from nowhere, right? He, the golden boy of Twitch, is protected for a reason, right? There's a reason why he's protected, why he stays in LA, you know, Commie Central. And Antifa is going to be super bad about this. And I have been super anti-Antifa. In fact, I've been the most actively anti-Antifa. I'm going to show you the Carfax on that. And they're actively hunting people down in the U.S. Right now, there was a confrontation between DHS and Antifa today where, I mean, DHS almost got really taken out. And they're so bold as to confront DHS in America. So think about that. This is not abroad. So I'm in Thailand. So not everybody knows this. Some people get confused about where I'm at, whatever. I'm in Thailand, right? I'm in Bangkok, right? Which is big to today's story and my sort of craziness the last couple of days. But they're so bold. Antifa is so important in America right now that they're confronting DHS openly. They're just like openly coming for
Lolly
DHS.
mindset,
Labubu
voodoo doll would go so hard, dude. Labubu-ize this guy. Labubu-ize this guy. Put this guy.
DHS needs that Pokemon support. Okay, I'm still bad at Pokemon. All right, I'm watching you guys Pokemon. But anyways, guys, I'm not in America, and I'm
mad at Pokemon for what? Isn't this guy? This guy says he's all about the law. No, why are you mad about Pokemon? They were upset that their trademark was being used without their permission. Their copyright is being used without permission. It's being like misappropriated. Is that not something they can be mad about?
I'm not with DHS. I'm not DHS. I'm not as powerful as DHS. I'm a single guy out here with a microphone and a camera. That's who I am, right? That's all I am. And that's why it's so dangerous for me. And Antifa hates me. So here's the Carfax on this. I was the one who pushed this. I was one of the first people to push this.
It's so crazy. It's just so crazy.
Done. And Andy No, who is a friend of mine, I have him added on X. You should follow me on X as well. Andy No, great guy. He was the one who brought this question up to Trump. You know, Andy No. And when he brought that up, you know, I like to think that maybe he considered some of my tweets there, whatever. But I put up this PowerPoint, which is my style. I've been doing this for a while to make it easy for everybody to comprehend. And I said right here on September 18, 2025, that one proper method is to designate Antifa, or at a minimum, the foreign elements. Once again, that's why I think I'm in danger, right, personally, because of the foreign elements of Antifa as an FTO. This can be done for allied groups which carry extreme violence.
So this guy thinks that, yeah, I was muted, but it's because I was half eating, so I'm kind of glad that I didn't come through the mic. So this guy's saying that Antifa are targeting him in other countries because he put this one tweet out, because he said they could be designated a terrorist organization, and he got 30k views. Do you think Antifa worldwide sleeper cells have been activated because you put out this one tweet that got 30k views? Like, I struggle to figure out whether this is a grift or genuine mental illness, because so much of this video just makes no fucking sense.
Violent beliefs and meet the simple FTO criteria. So I said, hey, look, you know, there's an established method to do this, the Department of State. They should do this. Pam Bondi's not doing it because she's lazy as hell, right? And she's mainly a political operator. She's not really good at mass prosecution, which is what they need in America. They need to be mass prosecuting Antifa. It's a big risk. That's the problem right now. That's why these confrontations with DHS are happening, because they're not being prosecuted. They need to be prosecuted at a federal level crime, which is key today, because the states, especially the woke states like California, are going to try to stop this, right? And this all occurs within the Department of State. So the Department of State handles this all. It's unlikely to be blocked by judicial review. It must be challenged within 30 days. There's a limited scope of review. It's very, very easy to get this thing passed. And there's no, it's never been overturned, really. The FTO designation has never been overturned. So just declare all of Antifa and all the foreign elements, everything linked, just declare all that stuff. As an FTO, start rounding these people up, start throwing them in jail, start punishing them, throw shock collars on them. Yeah, we're going to talk about shock collars because Hasan and his Antifa homies should all be wearing shock collars and doing work. They should all be paying back for what they did. They need to have payback. And once again, I'm a very nonviolent person. I don't like violence, right? That's why I actually like the shock collars, because they're not violent. They don't involve killing somebody. And once again, I think we should be humane to prisoners. I think that we should, be just to prisoners. I think there's a lot of problems in prisons, like prison rape and assault and everything else. And that's not good. It's not good. It's not fair for prisoners to have to be beat up and, raped and have other stuff happen to them in prison. That's messed up. Nobody should have to go through that. Nobody should have to go through that.
Brave stance, bro. Brave fucking stance,
Nobody should have to be, beat up and assaulted. I really empathize for the prisoners that have been in prison and gone through that, because that's some dark stuff that they had to go through. And man, I feel for them. I feel for them. And one way to stop that is with the shock collars, right? Let's stop that. Let's go through a humane way. And we can do stuff like putting them to work. Let's say Antifa burns down a city. Let's put them to work building the city back up, right? We can do that legally in America. That's actually legal under the Constitution, because slavery is still legal. That's the controversial statement. I wanted to put that in the title, but YouTube might ding me in the title, so I'm just going to say it. Slavery is still legal, and we're going to talk about that today. But first, let me talk about my crazy Bangkok story, right? So let me talk about some woke white women.
Everyone knows that's the case, and there is actually people have so many delusions. All these YouTubers pretend you literally can't type anything in a fucking title or say anything in a video. It's not fucking true. You can put the word slavery in a title. What an absurd thing to think that you can't put in a title.
People that know me in Bangkok know this story.
Obviously, you can say slavery is still legal. Yes, slavery is built into the American Constitution. Everyone fucking knows this.
And it's been pretty crazy. I told my homie Ryan today, and he actually saw this happen with me at Starbucks at M Quarter. It was like, you couldn't even believe this. It's like out of a movie. So this has been happening the last 3 days, and I swear to you, and nobody's going to believe me on this, but this is for real. So there's a woman. She looked like Hillary Clinton. She had this like black and white hair, like Cruella DeVille meets Hillary Clinton. Super woke looking woman. And she's come in to sit next to me at Starbucks. She's like, oh, let me listen in on your conversation. I'm like, no, Antifa member. I'm not going to let you eavesdrop on my conversation about Hasan and about the shock collars and about everything else. No, you can't do that, right? And there's been these other woke-looking women, and you can always tell they're woke because they're ugly, right? They're ugly, right? I do not like ugly women. Bangkok is usually full of really hotties. It's full of really beautiful girls, beautiful women, right? I know what you're thinking. Oh, they're all ladyboys. No. Beautiful, real women, right? They're normally everywhere. But the last couple days, I've been seeing a lot of ugly women, a lot of really ugly. They're frowning, right? Woke women are
so
never
Antifa
happy,
must be
right? They're always
stalking
frowning. They're always unhappy. They're scowling at you. They're looking mean, right? They're mean mugging you. They're like looking at you like they're going to kill you, right? That's the woke woman. That's the woke woman out there. And that's been who's been looking at me. It's been all woke women. There's been no hotties smiling at me or something like that, like normal. It's been all these crazy woke women. And I'm like, what's going on with that? Like, what's going on, Bangkok? Usually everyone's friendly or whatever. Now everyone's grumpy, maybe because it's raining or something. And there's all these woke women around me. And I thought about it, and I'm like, oh, Antifa. Oh, obviously it's Antifa, right? Obviously they got word of this. Obviously there's something that they know that's coming, because I've talked about this. And they're trying to put some pressure on me, right? But I'm not going to be shut up. I will not be silenced, Antifa. You're not going to scare me. If I die for this, I'm willing to die for this, like Charlie Kirk. I'm willing to go Charlie Kirk on this one, right? And I also want to talk about this. Being abroad isn't safer, right? We talk about Charlie, right? And after Charlie, I want to give a shout out to Danielle, my mod, who's autism, or rather, I should say Tylenol American. That's how we say it. Her Tylenol American powers have probably saved my life because she told me to start studying OPSEC after the death of Charlie Kirk. And I started studying a lot of the CIA field manuals, looking up YouTube videos, stuff like that, just to protect myself because I'm here alone. And a lot of people
think CIA field manual. I'm looking up CIA field manuals. What does he think is happening? What does he think he's gonna do? Like, seriously, what are you gonna do? What have you learned from these CIA field manuals, Legal Mindset? Please give us some demonstrations. Explain it to us. Like, what are these CIA field manuals teaching you? Do a stream about that. I want to see that.
Abroad is safer, but these people can just travel. They can get on a plane and they can come. In fact, they do that often. They come from Canada, they come from Europe to the United States to cause problems. And Thailand's super easy to come to. You're going to show up here. Anybody can show up. And a lot of people think it's safer abroad. That is a misnomer. It's actually more dangerous. My good friend Mark recommended the book Private Dancer, which is an extremely intuitive book, especially not to be a simp for beautiful women, although it's hard. My weakness is beautiful women, especially if they have big titties and like anime and have a goth style. But that's my weakness, right? Okay, I shouldn't expose my weaknesses. But that's my weakness. It's my weakness, unfortunately. It's cost me much. But anyways, That's besides the point. Private Dancer, one of the best scenes in that is at the end of the book. So this guy, he gets on a motorbike and someone just rolls up and pops him in the head, right? And that is very easy to do here. You could get somebody to do that and nobody would know, right? Antifa's got enough money. They got Soros. They got all the money in the world, right? They're funding ops all over the U.S. They're funding ops all over.
It's like the most retarded conservative grift talking points in the world. Yeah, Antifa's just like it's like a worldwide, you know, super terrorist network. Like, what is going on, man? Thank you for the gift of membership, Peeping Sam. Huge appreciate it. Thanks so much. It's like totally delusional. It's like so delusional. You live in an alternate reality.
All over the world. So for me, who's got nobody out here, so you're all alone, yeah, that's pretty scary. It's pretty scary when you're all alone out there somewhere and Antifa could be coming for you, right? And that's why I say to you guys, if anything happens to me, you know it's Antifa, you know it's the, you know, Hasan's homies, whatever else, right? They're clearly the ones that got me, right? So if anything happens to me or my family or my friends or whatever, it's definitely Antifa, okay? Know that it's Antifa for sure. 100% it's Antifa.
What family?
Right? So just go and look into that and look into all the connections there and the local connections and stuff like that and figure out who did it, right? Take revenge for me, chat. Take revenge. But that would be what would be happening there, obviously. Okay, very good book though, by the way. Everyone should definitely read that book. Okay, next, let's talk about what the actual subject here, which is Hasan hating dogs, not my crazy Bangkok life. Although I do want to start doing more IRL stuff here because Bangkok's really cool and a lot of people need to see that. So I'm going to be doing some more IRL streaming over here, but that's neither here nor there. But respectful IRL, not Johnny Somali style, right? Not Johnny Somali style. Okay. Anyways, Hasan hates dogs. Hasan hates dogs. So in case you haven't seen this, and this is something that's been trending in the US everywhere, it's all over social media right now, English language social media. It's all over. It's Hasan's shocking chaos. Obviously, this is dramatization, but he slapped that shock collar on him and shocked her. There's also another video, which I'll show in my live version. Watch the live for that one. And that's him like essentially torturing this animal. And this is absolutely cruel and really, really hurts me. And I want to talk about
torturing
Mudang.
this animal.
I want to talk about Mudang, right?
Torturing this animal.
And my love for Mudang here. And now some of you have not been to Thailand. You don't know who Mudang is, and you don't know what this thing is behind me. I'm going to explain real quick. Mudang is a pygmy hippopotamus from the Khao Khao Zoo. It's north of Pattaya. She is adorable. She's a little bit fatter now, but even though she's a little fatter, I still love her. Right? She's like my daughter. And this is my weakness, and I gotta.
So yeah, this whole just like Miller's video is like a fucking 5-minute segment about fucking Mudang, where he just sits down and talks about how much he loves Mudang for like 5 fucking minutes.
This is my Mudang, right? And by the way, I gave this Mudang a hat because I like the hats. They symbolize freedom and Thailand style, so I always like this style. I've been changing my style recently. I like this style because
they symbolize freedom and doing whatever the hell I want, Thailand style. You know, I like these hats because they symbolize like freedom and doing whatever the hell I want, Thailand style. What do you mean by that? What does that mean? There's like one of 3 things that means to me. If I hear someone say that like those words, there's like 3 possible things they're saying. And none of them are good. None of them are good.
So I like to wear like clothes that kind of show that I like to do whatever I want. And, you know, no one's going to stop me from wearing clothes. Like, if you're mad about me wearing clothes, you're kind of crazy, right?
Not the part I'm concerned about.
Wear whatever clothes you want, right? Why can't I wear clothes? Like, I don't get
Shockingly, somehow, the hat is actually the least of my problems with that.
Anyways, this is Mudang. I love Mudang. I'm a Mudang plushie. Like, I may or may not sleep with this. It's kind of cute. It's very cute. And I like Mudang, and here's your Thai lesson for the day is Jai Di. Jai Di, that means good heart in Thai, right? I am a good-hearted person, and I have a weakness for good-hearted women. Probably because I grew up in a house with all boys, so my weakness is good-hearted women. And it's much to my detriment. Once again,
the sex tourist hat.
A big titty girl with legs anime.
The fat, white sex tourist hat. That's what that is. That is the fat, white sex tourist hat. That is the... You know, flown to a developing country to fuck girls my niece's age hat. That's what that hat is.
Okay. It has a good heart. Is my #1 weakness, and I will fall in love with them, right? Which is my problem, right? But anyways, this is Mudang. Mudang symbolizes to me purity, purity of heart.
Hat.
Because Mudang, how can you not like Mudang? How can you not like Mudang? And if anybody was to hurt Mudang, I would hunt them down and I would make them suffer, right? If they were trying to hurt Mudang, I would make them suffer. I love Mudang. Mudang's like my daughter, right? And I've got a friend of mine here who's kind of like a daughter to me. I love her. She's great.
Yeah?
And that's my weakness. Good-hearted women, right? Good-hearted.
You got a friend who's like a daughter. Okay.
Pure-hearted women, right? That have a pure heart and that are...
So he does whatever the hell he wants in Thailand. No one's gonna stop him. Nothing can stop him. You know, he loves beautiful women. He loves beautiful, good-hearted women, young women. He feels like something's gonna happen to him soon. He's very concerned about something happening to him soon. And he's got a friend who he sees as a daughter. She's like a daughter to him. She's like a daughter to him. This is painting a troubling picture. This video is painting a very troubling image of the state of this guy's life and his situation and reputation in Thailand. This is painting a terrifying image of impending doom, of impending scandal that this guy could be facing. Now, obviously, I've got no way of knowing that. I would never claim that. But I'm just saying that all the hints that are dropped here, I get bad reception from this. Like, it's all just like, it's all red flags. It's all red flags all the way down. It's like, okay, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? What are you doing in Thailand exactly? What do you mean by that? What does the hat mean? A friend who's like a daughter? Okay.
Kind and that are caring, right? Like, that's exactly what I love, right? That's my weakness. And once again, I know I shouldn't talk about weaknesses, but Mudang is my weakness, right? But if someone ever hurt Mudang, I would assemble a team. Now, I'm like I said, I'm not with anybody. I'm by myself here. But I would take all the money I own, and I don't have a lot of money, but I would take that money and I would assemble a team like Jean Lafitte, like a pirate, right? I would go out there. That's okay, Mudang's back in her place. Okay, so I would gotta make sure Mudang's all right. Okay, is Mudang okay? All right, let's adjust this. All right. You gotta take good care of Mudang, okay? You gotta take very good care of Mudang, right? Once again, we don't want to upset her, right? Okay, take care of Mudang. So I just get emotional about Mudang. I love Mudang so much. I love Mudang so much. Anyway, I see I'm distracted. I don't even know where it was. But anyways, Jean Lafitte, a pirate. I'm like a pirate. You know, I just like, gold and freedom and women, right? That's all good for me. It's all my motivations, right? Which, once again, is it a sin? Is it such a sin to like those things? No, right? People try to shame me and make me feel bad for being a heterosexual male. I'm sorry, right? I'm not going to apologize for that.
No one's saying that.
Said,
like, you're feeling shame for just being a heterosexual male. That is nonce talk. That is nonce talk. Not saying he is a nonce. Not saying he is a nonce, obviously. But that is nonce talk. That is like nonce talk. I'm being shamed just being a heterosexual woman. Just being a heterosexual man. What's wrong? I'm attracted to women of the proper age, developed women. Like post puberty. Yeah, like that's the sort of attitude I'm getting from that, right? It's like, yeah, I'm a heterosexual man. I'm attracted to women who have been through puberty. Yeah, but like how old? Well, like women have been through puberty, like women. Like that's the sort of vibe that I get from that. If I was his caseworker, I would start loading the syringe with the sedatives here.
Like with this, I think about Mudang and I think about somebody torturing Mudang, and I would definitely want to punish them. So let's talk about punishment. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about slavery in the United States and the legality of slavery for prisoners in the U.S. And that's based on the 13th Amendment to the Constitution. Now, under that, and once again, a lot of people don't know this. They haven't studied this well enough, right? Which is not their fault. Not every lawyer is as smart as I am. Some lawyers are kind of half-assed and they don't know what they're talking about. Maybe they're just joking around. They're like kind of joke lawyers or pretend lawyers.
Or literally, all of this guy's legal analysis is complete dog shit, and he's never cited a single piece of case law in any of the videos I've seen of him talking about law. Totally worthless analysis at every turn. Totally worthless analysis at every turn. Literally, you can do better as a layman. You can do better than this guy's just a total layman reading the law. So, but the idea that he's posturing on anything is like totally deranged.
Or, they're like scam lawyers or something like that. They're like scammer lawyers. But, the 13th Amendment to the Constitution says neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for crime, whereof the party shall be duly convicted, shall exist within the United States or any place subject to their jurisdiction. So the key here is except as punishment for crime, whereof the party shall be duly convicted. So what that means is slavery and indentured servitude is legal. Once again, controversial. This could get me in trouble. This could get me killed for saying slavery is legal, because think about the headlines. People are going to say legal mindset says slavery is legal. Okay, listen to the whole video, idiot, right? Finish the video and you'll know I'm talking about the Constitution, which is what it says. And no, that's not something that I'm trying to go off on a wild interpretation. Look up the facts. The majority of prisoners in the U.S. are forced to do labor. They're forced to do labor.
I don't even know if he's on drugs or anything. He's just a worthless fucking grifter. He's just a lying fucking piece of shit grifter, I think. And this is just building up a persecution narrative. He feels like he can get more viewers. He's seen Tectone do it. He's seen Asmongold kind of do it. He's seen everyone do it, like around Charlie Kirk. And he's trying to do his own thing. He's saying, I could be attacked. Anything could happen to me at any point. Antifa are targeting me. You guys need to watch all my videos and send super chats. Because everyone's coming after me. I'm being cancelled. Like, it's what they all do. It's just a lying, degenerate fucking grift. That all these worthless sacks of shit like Tectone, Legal Mindset, Ethan Klein, Nick DiOrio, all these fucking people do. You know? It's just it is outright fucking lying in every video. Just what's the narrative I need to say? Oh, Hasan's been raped to death. Okay, day 632 of Hasan being raped to death legally. Fast facts. You know, that's it. And now he's realized there's this new strain of grift in a similar genre of being like the targeted conservative. He's seen Tectone do it, so now he's following that one too.
Normal in prison in the U.S. Now, woke states like California are trying to get rid of that. I'll talk about that later. But and some people hate the truth. They hate the fact that the truth in the U.S. is that slavery is legal for prisoners. Once again, it's important for prisoners, not regular people, right? We're not talking regular people. We're talking about for prisoners, okay? And that's the truth. And if you don't like that, you don't like the truth, okay? And I will.
It's not a grift for Dan. Dan doesn't make any money off of it. Dan lies for pure personal pleasure.
Speaking for the truth and freedom. That's worth it for me. I stand for the truth and freedom. I'm not afraid for that, right? You know, once again, if I dive on the chart, if I'm Charlie Kirk for standing for truth and freedom, whatever, it just happened, you know? Like I got, you know, I was speaking up for truth and freedom. That's worth it, right? That's worth it. Some things are worth it in life.
Dude,
that's worth it for me. Is truth and freedom, always. I will always stand for truth and freedom. So, going on here, there's cruel and unusual punishment under the 8th Amendment. The 8th Amendment says excessive bail shall not be required, nor excessive fines imposed, nor cruel and unusual punishment. So what he's saying is
behavior, getting overly distracted, going off topic. Yeah, but I honestly don't know. I feel like a lot of this is to stretch the video out. I think he just felt like he could make a lot on this video. He was kind of right. He got 56k views. Okay, so some people are saying, why are there so many comments just disregarding what appears to be a complete and utter mental breakdown? He barely even mentioned Kaya in this Fast Facts review about Kaya. It's really weird. I thought if he said this to him, he would declare you Antifa and out to get him. But also maybe this is genuinely where we are at, that people hear a 30-minute schizo rant and go, damn, this guy's preaching facts somehow. The guy wasn't like this before. I wonder what happened. Dude's really manic around drug-induced psychosis. But also suspect it's full-blown psychosis. Just delusion after delusion. Couldn't agree with you more. So your armchair psychiatrist, you know what psychosis is. Holy shit, man. What did I just watch? Stress seems to be getting to you. Praying you get better soon, because this was a trip. Found the Antifa. Found the Antifa. Oh my god. It is like the gang stalking shit, isn't it? It's kind of like the gang stalking shit. It's like, you almost expect them to be like, it's like you'll hear a story of one of these guys just like fucking doming their mailman, thinking it was like Antifa coming to their house. Like we're like 6 months away from that. In fact, we're like a month away from some fucking conservative who would have been QAnon 5 years ago. They're fucking doming their mailman because they think it's Antifa coming to their house.
Leftist states want this to prevent forced labor completely and make jails like country clubs. They want to make jail like it's a party or whatever, which it shouldn't be. You should have, on some level, you should have to pay back to society, or you should be doing work to build up, right? If you did something wrong, you need to restore that, right? You need to make it good. And that's normal, right? Do something wrong, make it good. That's the basic principle.
Yeah,
if I did something wrong, I would make it good, right?
Crazy.
And people all know that. Everyone knows that. If I did something wrong and you tell me directly, not indirectly, you tell me directly exactly what I did wrong, then I will make it right. Everybody knows that. However, this sort of thing about forced labor and jails, that is strongly opposed by Trump, right?
I've said this right.
That should be. I said that wrong. Trying to make jails country clubs should be opposed by Trump and should be opposed by the right. The left wants to make them, you know, like Norway or Sweden or whatever, the Scandinavian countries that have like, they're giving people PlayStation 5s and shit. Like they're giving them like king beds and stuff.
Great, man.
We don't need that.
Great. Awesome stuff. I mean, this last bit is just about the Asmongold thing. I guess
stuff like that. It's a shock. Yeah, it's going to hurt.
I don't really care too much about this.
Right? That's Instagram or TikTok, and somebody passes the meme. It's like, hey, Baron Trump, check out this legal mindset video. And gets a hold of this because I think this was a federal offense.
So I want to take a look at a bit of the stream as well, because there's a stream that goes along with this.
And this is something, once again, I'm not going to turn into like a preaching YouTube channel here, but, and I want to just bring this out. After Charlie Kirk, I found my faith in God again. I grew up a Christian. And after that, it kind of...
They're literally all doing it. It's the same grift with all of them. After seeing Charlie Kirk got shot, I found my faith again. Why? How? Why? You didn't give a fuck about Charlie Kirk? And what about a Christian just getting shot is making you become Christian?
Woke up in me again, and you know, very non-traditional. I'm very different, and I'm not, you know, somebody everybody's gonna agree with, and I'm not gonna turn this into a gospel channel. Might talk about on locals with like private conversation on locals only, but you know,
I don't think Sleeper's not gonna win. Thank you, Max, for the membership.
it's something that, you know, when you have faith, right, you're not afraid of dying, right? You're not afraid of dying. You know, it's a different thing, and you feel free. You feel very free. But anyways, yeah. I'm going to be talking about this collaring Hasan and how everything's going here and how crazy it is and kind of life over here. It's great. It's great. So let me read some super chats and then we're going to get started here. From the couch to the TV, KO will be free. Awesome. Catch Up Raven said time for some healthy legal talking. That's right. And some non-legal talk. I'm going to talk about Mudang today. A lot of people don't know about Mudang. They go learn about Mudang today. We're learning about Mudang today. A lot of people ask about Mudang and why I love Mudang. And I did a deep psychological analysis because people don't know this about me, but I know psychology very well. I've studied psychology very well, human psychology, other stuff. Like I'm really an expert with psychology. I think I actually may have depression. So I've like been looking into that and the symptoms of depression.
Dude, what? What? I'm an expert in psychology, and I've been doing some psychological research on myself. I think I've got depression. Huh?
Depression and how it with me, but I know psychology very well. I've studied psychology very well, human psychology, other stuff. Like I'm really an expert with psychology. I think I actually may have depression. So I've like been looking into that and the symptoms of depression and how to treat that and deal with that in a thoughtful way.
Okay,
for myself,
symptoms of depression. You feel really down most of the time. And you don't want to do anything. Wow, a lot of Googling required for this. A lot of heavy research required for this one. Heavy research. I need to research the symptoms of depression. I didn't quite know what the point was.
That I care about that may have that. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of that. So there's gonna be a lot of non-legal yapping today. So hopefully you guys like that. If you don't, then get the hell out of here. I don't care. I don't care about your opinions. I've really stopped caring about haters. Haters are gonna hate. I'm gonna have haters no matter what, especially after today. I'm gonna have a legion of haters because there's gonna be many things I'm gonna say that are gonna piss people off. Like today, I'm gonna finally confess the sin that all of my people that have been trying to come for me a long time, that I'm a heterosexual male who likes women. I know that's a sin in modern society to like hot women, but I am not afraid of that sin. Hold on, don't we have Shondo talking about that? Let's do the Shondo clip. Where's the Shondo clip? God, I can find that. Mega based, here we go.
Not a sin. I cannot absolve you. Mega based.
It is not indeed a sin to like hot women. 19 kilometers, a shocking mindset.
Noticing similarities between legal mindsets, grift, and Plato's allegory of the cave.
Thank you for the 6.99. Thank you. Wait, what? He played that stupid lolly gif, right?
Talking about that. Let's do the Shondo clip. Where's the Shondo clip? God, I can find that. Mega based, here we go.
Not a sin. I cannot absolve you. Mega based.
It is not indeed a sin to like hot women. 19 kilometers, a shocking mindset. I know. Stephanie Lirma, what's up? Chaos says, don't forget to like stream. Like the stream. It's gonna be crazy.
Is it not like, aren't you like not meant to have like lustful thoughts or something? You're not meant to like sit there and perv over women. You're not meant to sit there and be like infatuated and perving over women, right? That's not meant to, you're not meant to do that in Christianity, I think, right? Am I crazy?
You're attacked by a Karen, weren't you? I was stalked by Karens. Stalked by Karens. Oh my God, they were the most Karen-looking Karens. I have an AI-generated photo of one of them, and the other one is like somebody in a wig, like a blonde wig. Oh my God, it was crazy. Not my clowns for 10 Legal Mindset memberships. Thank you so much. Let's use the JoJo. Yes. Great anime.
It's another fake lawyer elf player. This guy isn't a fake lawyer. This guy is a lawyer. Or was, or I guess it is. I think he's still registered on the Florida bar or whatever, so I think he still is a lawyer, kind of. This guy is a lawyer. This guy's not a fake lawyer. But that elf player person 100% is. You are not a self-taught lawyer, especially not when you're that fucking retarded.
Wild says, we still love you, Scuff Master. Scuff, what's up? Appreciate you. Stephanie Lirma, thank you. Appreciate that. V-Man said the title is really shocking. How would you get in big trouble? Anyways, be careful with titles. Sorry, I almost said titties. We're going to talk about titties today, too. This one was a big jolt for me. I know. Listen, it's controversial. And I'm going to tell you why it's a dangerous topic. I've got the PP. That's a PowerPoint for those that are new and don't know what a PP is. We're not talking about anything dirty. no obscenity, right? We're talking about PowerPoints. In fact, I'll pull up the PowerPoint right now, which I've prepared for this. It's short. You know, I was stressing about this one.
Oh, wait, Medica did the Christian thing as well, didn't he? This guy's a gym walker. I forgot. This guy is a fucking gym walker, isn't he? This guy is like the gym walker lawyer. And Medica became religious, and then Tectone became religious because of Charlie Kirk. So now Legal Mindset has to as well.
For days. For days, I've been stressed about this one on how to do it. And I realized, seeing all the news and seeing everything coming out, sometimes it's better just to do it. It's better just to let it rip. It's better just to put it out there and just let it be raw and real and genuine. I do all of my stuff in one take. I know a lot of people out there, they do polished videos. They do all these
real gym fans hate Jim. Okay, real like internet aristocrat, Mr. Medica content fans fucking hate what he is now. IMO.
Videos, that's not my style, guys. I like to do one take and do everything, like doing it live, and then my fast facts, I do them in one take. There's no editing, whatever else. Now, in the future, I'm building a team, the Mindset production team that's helping me with TikToks. You know, we're starting a new TikTok. I'll get that information out there soon. You know, hopefully Barron Trump can watch some of this stuff and pass it to him. Instagram, I'm going to start being more active there so that different people get my access to the content. But a lot of people don't realize how little effort I like to put in these things because I am kind of lazy sometimes. And I like to get the message out there. I'm a big picture guy. Like I think big picture. I don't think small picture. I'm not like a petty detail guy. I'm a big picture. And I like thinking about the big picture. I like thinking about the big picture on how to get things done, how to be efficient, how to do things properly, how to do things legally, right? So even if it's a little bit gray area, right? If it's legal, it's okay, right? Just make it legal.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So even if it's a little bit gray area, right? If it's legal, it's okay, right? Just make it legal, right? If it's legal, it's okay, right? But just legal. I like thinking about the big picture on how to get things done, how to be efficient, how to do things properly, how to do things legally, right? So even if it's a little bit gray area, right? If it's legal, it's okay, right? Just make it legal, right? If it's legal, it's okay, right? But just legal, follow the law, right? I'm a lawyer, follow the law, right? We can deal with the gray area, and I like the gray area. The gray area is fun, right? The gray area is very fun. But yeah, we won't stop. We'll keep at it. That's right. I'm not going to stop, and I know you guys aren't going to stop, my very based fans. Real Kimball Jim Blade says, here's hoping you stay safe. We'll see. I may or may not, guys. Once again, I may or may not, but if I die, I die. It is what it is. Ooh, go Andrew. What's up? Wild Man of Yavin says, I'll bet that lizard behind you looks shifty. This is not a lizard. Okay, Danielle, ban them from a chat for shit-talking Mudang. Okay, I have an entire slide on how I love Mudang. Okay, ban this motherfucker from the chat right now. Or they can apologize. If they apologize, it's fine. If they apologize, it's fine. I'm about forgiveness. I'm a big forgiveness man. If someone tells me directly what I did wrong, directly, I will apologize for that. But they need to tell me directly, not indirectly or through covert messages or other bullshit. They got to tell me directly to my face what I did wrong, and then I will apologize. But a lot of people are very petty and feminine, and they try to say in an indirect way because they're petty and feminine, right? But as a man, you should speak to someone directly. That's what men are supposed to do, right? Zorro says, based mindset. That's right. Poff in the Valkyrie says, welcome back home, brother. I know. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hugashaka for 10 Legal Mindset memberships. Thank you so much. Yes. And then Awu Inu for 10 says, don't feel like Hasan will ever face any actual consequences. He should strip on stream and start doing unspeakable things and get at most a 2-day suspension. Twitch cannot care. No, he needs to get the shock collar. He needs to have the shock collar placed on him, and he needs to have...
Yeah, exactly. This is what I mean, man. I was hesitant to feel like he's like preempting allegations. But he just keeps hitting these weird fucking notes. Where it's like, yeah, I have a friend who's like a daughter. Yeah, I like doing things legally if they're in a gray area. It's like, what are you saying, bro? What are you talking about?
Have the same pain he inflicted on that person. So I believe that that is retributive justice. We've studied that on this channel. We talked about it a million times. If you do something wrong, you should have the same punishment, the exact same punishment. Now, if you can apologize and make it right, that's fine, right? Make it even, make it right. You know, maybe you talk about it, right? There's a chance to work things out, you know, generate a win-win scenario, right? I'm all about win-win scenarios. I love win-win scenarios, right? Everybody wins, right? Everybody wins. Everybody can win in a legal mindset world. That's why I was a corporate attorney, because as a corporate attorney, we're not like adversarial attorneys. Corporate attorneys, many people don't understand, work to generate win-wins with transactions, right? So when I did working as in-house counsel, and I'm still in-house counsel, you know, on a certain basis, you'll meet the company that I'm working for, working with very soon. They're actually going to come to Bangkok pretty soon, and I'm going to have a meeting with them here. Really cool guy. We'll probably go to the cigar bar right near where I'm at and have a little conversation there. Really cool place. I'm really lucky to live in a place that's got super cool amenities. It's got super cool stuff going on. I'm trying not to dox myself because obviously Antifa is already after me, but it is what it is. Hoopty91 says, haters gonna hate, but pimp's gonna keep going on through things time to time. Keep on pimping. I ain't gonna never stop pimping, except for actual pimping is bad, right? People should have agency, right? Have agency, right? It should not be like a situation where you're controlling. I hate control. I like equality, right? Equality is really what I like, not controlling people. Controlling people is stupid, right? And anybody who wants to control somebody is just dumb, right? You should try to work a win-win where it's equality, so you can come to an equal deal. So you're equal partners, right? Where one is equal with the other, right? So you have on the same level. Right? One should not be above the other. You should be equal. And I'm an American, and I believe in equality, right? That's at the core of my values. As an American, equality is important for Americans. Now, not for all cultures. Different cultures believe in domination and believe in control. But as an American, and I am the most American, red-blooded American out there, and if that gets me in trouble for being a red-blooded, heterosexual American male, God wills it. Deuce Volt. I'm going to go in on being...
So I just, like, had a full-body fucking cringe. Dude, that just went through me like a fucking shock. Hearing Deuce Volt. That is just next fucking level, bro. How do people watch this? Everyone on this is saying, I wonder if it's Sora AI LM, because ATM, this is sounding like either sarcasm or he's lost his mind. Sounding. I am not a woke woman, but I am white, and I hate Hasan, but watching this hurt me so bad. I'm not a nice/submissive Thai woman. I've been watching you for a year, so this attack seems out of nowhere or as a crash out. As a fat girl who has watched you for so long, this was such a surprise. Sucks for me. Huh? What is he saying this?
Being a heterosexual American male, right? I'm not afraid of that shit at all whatsoever. So yeah. Nugsy for 5, thank you. Legal Mindset is in favor of getting cooties. Oh, I've probably gotten cooties at one point. God. Yeah, no, come on. Legal Mindset's gotten cooties before. I'll just say that's probably happened. Silbury says for 19, honestly, the last week has been a stockpile of examples for shut up with how many established creators have been opening their mouths for no reason. Could you dedicate a stream to it? Yeah, I could try. Hexenhammer says, from the couch to the TV, Kea will be free. There we go. 19 kilometers says, no, seriously, man, stay safe from freaks. Unfortunately, hear what happened to you. Yeah, and the thing is, and I'm going to talk about this today, a lot of people, and even I felt this way.
I want to hear this guy go on a yellow fever rant. In fact, I'm going to control F the transcript to try and figure out where his yellow fever rant is. He doesn't say the word submissive. They came up with that word. Okay, here we go.
Says, no, seriously, man, stay safe from freaks. Unfortunately, hear what happened to you. Yeah, and the thing is, and I'm going to talk about this today, a lot of people, and even I felt this way at a point before what happened to me. Recently, with first Johnny Somali's stalkers, and then recently even more stalkers. First Johnny Somali stalkers, which happened back at Bonpo in Ekamai. There was some dude stalking me and paying attention to my conversation there, which threw me off big time. But then there's more people, woke white women stalking me. Woke white women make me really uncomfortable. You know, ugly, they're scowling at you, right? That's like the key of a woke white woman. You know a woke white woman when you see one. When she's scowling, she's not hot, she's not friendly, right? That's a woke white woman, and that's the stalkers I've got. They're all woke white women. They're not hot like the normal women here in Bangkok. They're hot and friendly and nice, or at least cute. You know, they're smiling. They're like, you know, smiling, greeting you friendly, right? You know, like that. They've been gone the last couple of days. It's only been woke white women, right, chasing me down, and that means it's Antifa, right? That's Antifa. It's always Antifa. They have foreign elements all over, backed by Soros, right? Clearly it's Antifa. There's no other solution but Antifa. Techno Gadsby said, in soccer, there's a thing called persistent infringement where an accumulation of offenses will get you penalized. At what point does the accumulation of offenses affect someone like Hasan? I don't know. We're going to have to see the point at which Hasan gets punished, hopefully sooner than later, because at this point he's getting away with murder, almost, right? It's going to escalate over there.
It's basically murder, yeah. I'm pretty much sure Hasan killed someone.
Says, is it bad enough they consider making the word Nazi and fascist in the same parental guidelines categories of the unspeakable words? Yeah, why not? I mean, I don't think, I agree with you. I don't think they should be allowed to say those.
Is it bad enough yet to consider making the word Nazi and fascist in the same parental guidelines category as the other 7 unspeakable words? Bro, they actually want the Nazi to be the new N-word. They want it to be so you can't call people Nazis. So you can't talk about Nazis. The only context in which it's okay for for a non-Nazi to use the term Nazi as if they're playing an American, British, or other allied character in a reenactment or a performance of World War II. Outside of that context of doing it in a historical reenactment context or in context to replicate that time, non-Nazis should not be saying the N-word. Okay, that's our that's our word. That's our word. Okay, I don't want to hear you saying that.
Words. And I actually think YouTube should change their rules to ban people from saying those words. If they want to ban other stuff, you know, they want to be fair to conservatives. Let's be fair to conservatives. So you're banning a bunch of words that are mean to woke people. Okay, now ban Nazi and fascist. You want to be fair? You want to be fair? Now social media, you can't use those words. So Twitter, X, all social media, ban Nazi and fascist. Go ahead. You want to be fair, right? You say you're being fair. Now, YouTube is lying. By the way, YouTube still will not give me my silver plaque and still will not explain why. And it's because I literally read the definition of a drug during COVID, and YouTube will still not give me my silver plaque because they put me in a secret naughty boy camp, which they don't want to tell anybody about because I'm hating on Hasan and I'm too based, right? But they're really discriminating based on shadow bans. It's not just removing channels. It's shadow bans and algorithm suppression.
Guys, he didn't get a silver plaque. Guys, he didn't get a silver play button. Not a silver play button. Not my silver play button, no. Where's my silver play button?
It's algorithm suppressioning me. They're keeping away my plaque. This is just what's happening, right? And they're trying to, Alphabet Corp is trying to keep that secret, but it's going to come out eventually. It's Congress and them are going to investigate you over this, and it's going to come out that your algorithm suppressing people. So how about you stop doing it? I know that the big corporations are still run by mostly woke people, right? Which is why this is dangerous for me. Why this is so dangerous is I am against DEI, ESG, and wokeness. I've been against this forever. I think it's a plight on the world. I think the world is a worse place for wokeness. It ruins everybody. It turns brother against brother, sister against sister. It's horrible. It's detrimental. We need to get rid of ESG and DEI and all this woke stuff. Let's make women hot again, right? Come on, let's make women hot again. Let's make it cool for women to be hot, right? Dude. That'll be nice, right? We just got hot girls everywhere. Let's do that. We'll get hot girls.
Because as we all know, it's actually been cool for women to be. People actually prefer ugly women. People have actually been preferring ugly women for a while now. You know, it's actually a common phenomenon now. There's actually ugly privilege. Ugly women actually get far better treatment than attractive women.
Summer, right? Well, we'll have to wait till next year, but they have a lot of time to get into shape, right? A lot of time to get into shape. I tried this. I have this new gym thing. Oh God, what is it called? It's like the electric thing where you do the electric shock stuff, and apparently it looks really good, works really good on your core muscles, stuff like that. So maybe it can help the chonkers. Even though, by the way, even if they're chonky like Mudang, I still love them because I love Mudang, even though she's chonky. But if you want to attract more men, ladies, right? Just it's not that hard. Stop eating and do some gym. I mean, the one I do takes 20 minutes once a week. You can afford 20 minutes once a week. But anyways, City Collins says, "D-gens, you guys are D-gens." Oh, should I play the D-gen clip? Hold on. I got so many anime clips.
He works out for 20 minutes once a week, and he calls that work. He's like, "Yeah, I'm in shape because you work out for 20 minutes once a week."
Thanks so much.
Degenerates. You guys degenerates.
Is my weakness, and girls that love anime are my weakness. So sorry. Oh, it's horrible. Okay. All right, let me continue with this one. We got so many chats today. You guys are really active. Thank you for the support. Appreciate that. Make sure you follow me on X and all social media, Instagram, everywhere else. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. You guys are the best. I am very lucky and fortunate to have a very based and awesome fan base that gets my message out to other creators.
I'm sorry. Everything else is so much more pedophilic than the anime, like, lolly memes that I'm not even registering them. I'm not gonna lie. Like, everything else makes me think this guy... Like, usually that would be out of place. And it's like, whoa, why is this guy using a lolly transition? But no, in this, it's actually one of the less worrying things that's happening.
I got so many anime clips. I love anime so much.
Degenerates. You guys degenerates.
Is my weakness, and girls that love anime are my weakness. So sorry. Oh, it's horrible. Okay. All right, let me continue with this one. We got so many chats today. You guys are really active. Thank you for the support. Appreciate that. Make sure you follow me on X and all social media, Instagram, everywhere else. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. You guys are the best. I am very lucky and fortunate to have a very based and awesome fan base that gets my message out to other creators and shares it with them and lets them know about what Legal Mindset is saying. And I hope we can do more good things in the future. I want to have a good positive future out there on YouTube. And I want to do a lot of collaborations with other people. In fact, I think I'm going to have a surprising collaboration with somebody that in the future that nobody's going to expect. And people are going to be like, what the hell is going on? And it's going to be like Bizarro World, but it's going to happen. And it may be awesome. Jess Bro, for 99 cents. What's up? Eat My Sandwiches. So some of those mean, if you're on the news, that you self-deleted the illegal mind. I grew up in a family of 3 brothers, and I never had a dog. There was no like female energy in my house. So I have a weakness for like good-hearted women, and Mudang symbolizes purity and goodness of heart, right? In Pot, he makes anime feminine women look straight. Yeah, feminine men are the worst. They're so controlling. They're so, I hate feminine men. Feminine men or no, we need more masculine men. Now balance it out. There needs to be a balance, right? So there's positive things about femininity and positive things about masculinity. I like to do my shopping, get clothes. There were these 2 woke white women. They're super ugly and mean looking and woke. And
here we go.
Off topic is Antifa riots happening in Japan. Yes, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. They're abroad. They can get me in Thailand, and they have been stalking me. Right? I have pictures that confirm it. I've got everything else to confirm it, information. I've called them out in person, at one of the BTS stations by M Quarter, where I like to do my shopping, get clothes. There were these 2 woke white women. They were super ugly and mean looking and woke. And I pointed at them because they're stalking me, and I want to call them out. So I know that somebody's stalking me. I just point them out. Like, hey, 2 people. I see them right there. There were these woke women stalking me. I point them out, and they got scared. Like, because they're so weird. They're so easily excitable. Like,
dude, the shit that never happened. Like, just totally invented stories of him getting fucking stalked at the grocery store. Oh my god.
Inequality, but equality means a balance. It means a balance of power. And the problem in the US has been the women have too much power, right? And when the women have too much power, it's a problem. We need to fix the laws so men and women have the same amount of power and not one having power over the other. When one has power over the other, it's not good. We need to fix the laws to be equal. Equal for everybody, equal for all genders, races, people. Equality, Mr. Equality here. I am chief of equality, but you got to give some value. You can't just, leave something on the table, right? And then not actually go and late and knowing when people are tracking you. And so I've been safety into my own hands.
Okay, wait, here we go.
Kirk. Since the death of Charlie Kirk, I've taken my own safety more seriously, and I've studied the techniques that investigative journalists and private investigators use in order to evade surveillance. And thank you to my mod, Danielle, who's a lovable autist, as we call him, a Tylenol American, who told me about OPSEC and how I need to be more careful because Thailand is not as safe as I thought it was. I kind of felt like it's a Thailand bubble and I'm protected. I'm not. I'm really not. I'm super not, right? I've been taking my own safety into my own hands, and doing that is studying OPSEC. And part of that is knowing when people are watching you, right? And knowing when they're observing you and picking up on tails, and knowing when people are filming you, and knowing when people are tracking you. And so I've been studying that, and lately I've got a fun chance to practice it with a bunch of woke white women. And I know woke white women are harmless at first, right? But things can escalate, and then maybe things become more harmful, right? But woke white women are usually harmless at first, but eventually they can get bold enough to do something like Charlie Kirk. And I would hate to be the Charlie Kirk of Thailand, right? That would be really unfortunate if I was the Charlie Kirk of Thailand, right? And people would know what happened. Yeah, I know. I'm going to try to stay safe. I am. So yeah, this is something that my buddy Andy No brought up to Trump. This is something where Andy No brought this up, and he brought it up because Pam Bondi's lazy ass wasn't getting anything done. Who knows why? I think she's just good at politics. She's not good at actual law, real law, right? Some lawyers, they think they're good lawyers, but they're really like scam lawyers. They're like scammer lawyers that are like not good.
Okay, that's like everything.